Coming up on WMLT, a state official visits Concord's campus. Also, the Concord crud is in full swing.
All this and more next on WMLT.
Hi, I'm Brady Meadows.
And I'm James Riley. West Virginia's Secretary of State, Natalie Tennant, was on campus today. Here's Jesse Stevens with more.
Secretary of State Natalie Tennant stopped at Concord's Athens campus on Tuesday. She spoke to students and faculty members to inform them about voter registration opportunities as a way to recognize Voter Registration Day. Organizations such as Bipartisan Policy Center, the National Association of Secretaries of State, and Rock the Vote all partnered in the effort.
Well, obviously, our young people are so important as we're getting the word out about making sure that not only are you registered to vote, but also that you take action on that registration and that you do vote in our elections.
Secretary Tennant's Concord visit was only one stop during the day. She made a single-day trip throughout the state to speak about voter registration. For WMLT News, I'm Jesse Stevens.
There are signs popping up all over campus in an effort to adhere to the Clean Air Act. The signs encourage smokers to stay at least 25 feet away from entrances, as well as to smoke closer to cigarette receptacles. There are at least a dozen signs throughout campus, outside all of the major academic buildings, as well as outside of the library and the Student Center.
Concord is introducing Circle K onto the campus beautiful again, and the group is currently brainstorming fundraising ideas for worthy causes. WMLT's Kristen Osborne has the story.
Circle K International is a worldwide college-level led student organization for community service, and one of their projects for this semester is fundraising for the Eliminate Project, whose goal is to eliminate maternal neonatal tetanus from the face of the earth. Circle K's club president spoke with me about some of the fundraising ideas the group has been discussing for the Eliminate Project.
Well, so far we are planning to have a booth set up in the Student Center to raise some funds and also raise awareness and education about the MNT and what it really is and what it means to us and how cheap it is to really just get involved. And then we're also in the works of also trying to plan a Miracle Minute on campus somewhere.
I also spoke to a few students who expressed their concerns about the disease and the importance of donating to such a worthy cause like the Eliminate Project.
I would be heartbroken. I really would. It's really hard, to go through something like that as a mother, to see your child so sick. And it's nothing that you can really do for them. It's nothing they can do because they're so small and they suffer so much.
If we all work together, we can really make a difference, and donations and money is a really big part of solving problems like this, but the biggest thing that's going to make change is people being dedicated and their love towards their cause. That's going to be what changes the world.
Now, every 9 minutes, a baby dies from maternal neonatal tetanus, and the Eliminate Project, as well as Circle K, is working to rid the disease from the face of the earth. For more information on how to donate, keep your eyes open on campus for donation opportunities or visit eliminateproject.org. Reporting from Athens, West Virginia, I'm Kristen Osborne, WMLT News.
The Wellness Committee at Concord University is starting the 100 for 100 challenge on October 23rd. The challenge is asking the students, faculty, and staff of Concord to burn 100 calories, complete 100 repetitions, or complete 100 seconds of physical activity for the final 100 days of the year. For more information, contact the Wellness Committee by email at wellness@concord.edu.
Every returning Concord student is familiar with the illness that strikes students and staff every year.
For many years, an occurrence at Concord University has claimed the health of many students. Concord crud is the term given to the various infections students are burdened with during the school year. This fall, students are beginning to publicly speak out against it.
They don't cover their mouths, they sneezing everywhere, snot nose, they're just not doing the things that other people do to try to keep themselves from getting sick.
Because of the small campus environment, many students run into crowds on a daily basis. When students fail to protect others from their infection, there can be many adverse effects.
Wash your hands. Like, I see people all the time leaving the bathroom without washing their hands, and they're not ashamed of it. And you'd be surprised what your hands touch and how many other people touch the things after you've touched it. So
make sure you're, constantly having antibacterial stuff that's located all over campus, and
go to the Athens clinic. It's free. Go to MedExpress. It's only $25 copay. Go get.
Other than complete isolation, there is no absolute prevention of the crud, but here are some tips from the doctors at the Mayo Clinic. Number 1, wash your hands. Number 2, contain and cover your coughs and sneezes. Number 3, avoid close, prolonged contact with anyone who is infected. Healthcare is available locally at Athens Family Practice, located at the corner of Pauley Avenue and Vermilion Street. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. If you feel like you have the Concord crud, you can call 304-384-7325 to schedule an appointment.
We'll be right back to WMLT after the break. Welcome back. Here's WMLT's Patrice Mitchell with a story about what one local group is doing to bring education and awareness to a serious social subject.
Suicide is a serious issue in this country. Someone attempts suicide every 14 minutes. Also, it's the third leading cause of death among millennials. I got a chance to attend an event that sheds light on this epidemic. On September 12th, the Out of the Darkness Walk returned for the 6th year to Bluefield City Park. The event is hosted annually to help raise money and awareness for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Heather Bennett explains why this year is extra special.
A significant difference is that we, on August 21st, chartered the West Virginia chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So now we're really adding to more of our goal of bringing more awareness and prevention programs and education and survivor programs to our area.
The walk drew a crowd of over 200 participants this year and raised over $19,000, with a goal of $30,000 for the year. The Mercer County chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is planning other events throughout the year as well.
We are doing Survivor of Suicide workshop November the 21st at it's going to be held in Bluefield at Emmanuel Lutheran Church, and it's going to be a workshop to help survivors of those that have taken their own lives.
Much like last year, the rain threatened the event, but in the end, the sun was still shining. For anyone that would like information on getting involved, seeking counseling, or information on how to donate to the West Virginia chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, you can contact Heather Bennett at heatherbarnettbennett@gmail.com.
Saturday, September 19th, the Nevilleville Street Market held a festival. New and talented vendors were able to show their work and products.
The Neville Street Market is a new flea market in uptown Beckley, West Virginia. On Saturday, September 19th, they held a vending festival for vendors to show off their work.
And I thought, well, that's what I need to name my business. There we go.
Stacy Goomba.
Mark Goomberg.
The business name is called Taslimu.
All the proceeds from this festival and the whole month of September will go to the Mountain State Center for Independent Living. Here's Becky Cook, a community resource advocate, telling us more.
Becky Cook. I'm a community resource advocate. Mountain State Centers for Independent Living is a place that helps people with disabilities be as independent as they can and want to be in their own setting, in their own communities, and helps them stay in their own homes and versus a nursing home or a institution setting.
For more information, call 304-575-8202 or visit their website.
A group of cultural drummers filled the halls of the Tamarack this past weekend. WMLT's Portia Thompson got a chance to experience the event in person.
On Sunday, September 20th, 15 young women from Greenbrier Academy for Girls put on an inspiring drumming show set at the Governor Hulett C. Smith Theater in Tamarack. Kelly Elkins, the events director for Tamarack, spoke about the events that go on in the Smith Theater.
West Virginia is a melting pot of music, and you're going to have anything from blues to bluegrass, jazz, and all points in between. So we love the diverse culture that we have here in West Virginia, and we love to showcase it on our stage.
The audience enjoyed the performance and was able to have a Q&A with the girl drummers.
Kristen, Ross, we loved it. It's very creative, and those girls are very talented.
Tamarack offers free events like this every Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Reporting in Beckley, West Virginia, I'm Portia Thompson on WMLT.
It was a full week of sports with upsets and clean sweeps. Here's Brad Sullivan with more.
Thanks, guys. The Concord University football team took on Urbana this past weekend, looking for their second win in a row. Concord won on the road 23-7. The Mountain Lions were led by wide receiver Jameer Dowse, who had 6 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown. The Mountain Lions also got a good rushing attack by senior running backs Sean Workinger, who had 25 carries for 73 yards, and Calvin All Jones, who had 8 carries for 24 yards and a touchdown. The Mountain Lions take on West Virginia Wesleyan this weekend home at Callahan Stadium. The Mountain Lions, with a record of 2-1, are now third in conference behind Charleston and Shepherd. The Concord women's soccer team went 1-1 last week, with a win against Urbana 3-0 and a loss to West Virginia Wesleyan 1-0. The Concord's men team had a rough stretch going 0-2 last week with 2 losses against Urbana and West Virginia Wesleyan. In other college football news, Ohio State escaped a victory against Northern Illinois 20-13. Stanford upset USC 41-31, and Ole Miss beat Alabama 43-37. In NFL news, the Patriots stayed hot with a 40-32 win against the Bills. The Packers beat the Seahawks in an NFC Championship game rematch 27-17, and the Eagles struggled again as they lost to the Cowboys 20-10. In the win, the Cowboys lost their starting quarterback Tony Romo for 8 weeks with a broken collarbone. That's all for sports. I'm Brad Sullivan. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brad. Congress voted on Friday to cease all federal funding for a year to Planned Parenthood. The organization has been under scrutiny since a conservative organization released videos with top Planned Parenthood officials discussing the sale of human tissue. Democrats are still arguing that Planned Parenthood provides health care services that are crucial for women and men. The bill stands no chance for becoming a law anytime soon due to the various oppositions against it. The vote passed 241 to 187.
Everyone could use help with saving money, especially college students. Here's Holly with some tips.
Going to college is hard enough, but being broke at the same time can be too much stress. Sometimes you just don't have enough time to look for a job because of your busy schedule. Here are some tips for your hardworking students who need a little extra gas money. Strategy number 1, sell your stuff. Try selling your old electronics to places such as usell.com and your clothes on eBay or Amazon. Strategy number 2, hire yourself out. Babysitting is a good way to start. The payoff is usually $10 to $25 sitting per day. If pet sitting is more for you, then you can make $25 to $50 per day. Strategy number 3, sell your notes online. Sites like notesell.com allow you to post typed notes and name your own price. When a student downloads them, you get paid. Strategy number 4, if you have old college books sitting around your room, then sell them at Concord University's bookstore. Strategy number 5, search your couch cushions. This is one of the easiest ways to find some dollars, or you could always just ask your parents. Thanks for watching and good luck making some quick cash. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Holly. Now to avoid wasting money on bad movies, here's Jesse Stevens to help you pick a movie with this week's Ticket or Leave It.
That movie might be good. I really wanted to see Straight Outta Compton. I heard it was really good.
Probably Batman vs. Superman.
Thanks, guys. This week we will be previewing a few of the major upcoming blockbusters. There are always new movies on the way, but there are quite a few getting ready to hit theaters in 2016. First, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. As the name implies, this film is the story of the battle between two of the world's most beloved superheroes. While I'm not the biggest fan of superhero movies, I have to admit I'm pretty excited to see Batman and Superman fight. Next up, Ride Along 2. If you missed the first Ride Along, you'll definitely want to catch up before this one hits theaters. Ride Along 2 features the dynamic duo Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, and promises to be just as funny as the first. And finally, I'm sure you're all really excited about the Ghostbusters remake. When I researched this movie, the only quote I could find was, "The plot is unknown at this time." I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And that's it for this week's Ticket or Leave It. I'm Jesse Stevens. Thanks for watching.
That's all for WMLT.
I'm Brady Meadows.
And I'm James.
We'll see you next week.
I'm mad for multiple reasons. I'm mad because the simple fact, we as students don't get enough flex dollars. Honestly, that John Bailey character, I wish he ran just about every event we had here.
Because I got to practice right now. It's real cold. I got to practice.
Well, I had to wake up at 6 in the morning, but that was fine.
Why did you have to wake up at 6 in the morning?
Because I went to get Starbucks.
I'm mad because I got a 5-page paper due tomorrow.
Have you started?
No.